The modern world hums with convenience, a symphony of readily available goods and services designed to make our lives easier, faster, and more comfortable. We live in an era where almost anything we desire is just a click away, delivered to our doorstep with unparalleled speed. This ease of access has become so ingrained in our daily routines that we often take it for granted. Supermarkets are filled with plastic-wrapped goods, a kaleidoscope of colors and brands vying for our attention. Each item, from fresh produce to processed snacks, is meticulously packaged to ensure its freshness and appeal. The sheer volume of products available is staggering, a testament to our consumer-driven society. Water is bottled and stacked high, promising hydration on the go. Rows upon rows of plastic bottles line the shelves, each one representing a fleeting moment of thirst quenched. The convenience of bottled water has made it a ubiquitous sight, a symbol of our fast-paced lifestyles. Everything is designed for ease, from single-use coffee cups to individually wrapped snacks. We've become accustomed to disposability, prioritizing convenience over longevity. This culture of instant gratification has shaped our consumption habits, leading to a surge in demand for products that offer immediate satisfaction. But this promise of plastic comes at a hidden cost, a dark side to our pursuit of convenience. The very material that makes our lives easier is also contributing to a growing environmental crisis. The sheer volume of plastic waste generated each day is overwhelming, straining our planet's capacity to absorb it. Beyond the store, oceans and beaches bear the burden, the final resting place for much of our discarded plastic. Waves crash against shores littered with bottles, bags, and countless other plastic fragments, a stark reminder of our throwaway culture. The beauty of these natural landscapes is marred by the presence of our waste. A sea turtle struggles in a plastic bag, mistaking it for food. This heartbreaking image encapsulates the devastating impact of plastic pollution on marine life. Countless animals are injured or killed each year as a result of ingesting or becoming entangled in plastic debris. Remote sands are littered with colorful fragments, remnants of a consumer culture that prioritizes convenience over sustainability. Even in the most isolated corners of the world, the presence of plastic pollution is undeniable, a testament to its pervasive reach. We've created a material that lasts centuries, a testament to its durability and resilience. Plastic was initially hailed as a revolutionary invention, offering unparalleled versatility and affordability. Its ability to withstand the test of time has made it an indispensable part of modern life. Yet we use it for moments, often discarding it after a single use. This disconnect between the longevity of plastic and its short lifespan in our hands is at the heart of the problem. We treat a material designed to last for centuries as if it were disposable, contributing to a growing mountain of waste. There is no away. The illusion of disposal is just that, an illusion. When we throw something away, it doesn't simply vanish. It ends up in a landfill, an incinerator, or all too often, in our oceans and natural environments. Every piece of plastic ever made still exists somewhere, a haunting reminder of our collective impact on the planet. From the first plastic products manufactured decades ago to the most recent disposable items, every single piece remains in our environment, slowly breaking down but never truly disappearing. The convenience we cherish quickly becomes contamination, a bitter irony that underscores the unsustainable nature of our current consumption patterns. What begins as a simple act of convenience ultimately transforms into a complex environmental problem with far-reaching consequences. A bottle used for minutes can pollute for centuries, a stark illustration of the long-term impact of our short-term choices. The fleeting convenience of a disposable plastic bottle pales in comparison to the enduring pollution it creates. A legacy that will outlive us all. Breaking down into microplastics that infiltrate every corner of the planet, these tiny particles are virtually impossible to remove, spreading throughout our ecosystems and food chains. Microplastics have been found in everything from seafood to drinking water, raising concerns about their potential impact on human health. These particles are now found from mountain peaks, carried by wind and weather to the most remote and pristine environments. The presence of microplastics in these untouched landscapes highlights the pervasive nature of plastic pollution, demonstrating its ability to reach even the most inaccessible corners of the globe. To ocean trenches, sinking to the deepest depths of the sea, where they accumulate and disrupt fragile ecosystems. Even in the crushing pressure and perpetual darkness of the ocean trenches, plastic pollution persists, a testament to its resilience and our unsustainable practices, a dust of our own making, a constant reminder of our impact on the natural world. This invisible rain of microplastics blankets our planet, infiltrating our air, water, and soil, a pervasive form of pollution that poses a significant threat to the health of our ecosystems. The pristine world we imagine and the polluted one we create are two contrasting realities that exist side by side, a constant reminder of the choices we make and the consequences they entail. The idyllic landscapes we cherish are increasingly threatened by the encroachment of plastic pollution. Are two sides of the same coin? Inextricably linked and forever intertwined. We cannot separate our actions from their environmental consequences. The choices we make today will shape the world we inherit tomorrow. Our throwaway culture is choking the very systems that sustain us, undermining the delicate balance of nature and threatening the health of our planet. We must recognize the urgent need to transition towards a more sustainable way of life, one that prioritizes the well-being of our planet over the fleeting convenience of disposable products. To truly grasp the sheer scale of our plastic predicament, we need to look at the numbers. These aren't just abstract figures, they represent a tangible transformation of our world, a shift in the very materials that define our daily lives. We're talking about a substance that has gone from relative obscurity to ubiquitous presence in a matter of decades. Before the 1950s, plastic was a relative rarity. It existed certainly, but its presence in everyday life was minimal. Homes were filled with items crafted from wood, metal, glass, and natural fibers. The world operated on a different material economy, one where durability and repair were valued over disposability. Then, almost overnight, production soared. Fueled by technological advancements and a growing consumer culture, plastic manufacturing exploded. Factories churned out an ever-increasing stream of this versatile new material, promising convenience and affordability. Today, we produce over 400 million tons of plastic each year, a staggering amount that continues to climb. This isn't just a gradual increase, it's an exponential surge, driven by our insatiable demand for cheap, disposable goods. The scale of production is almost incomprehensible, requiring vast industrial complexes and a constant flow of raw materials. That's about the weight of all humanity. Imagine every single person on Earth, their collective mass, and then picture that same weight in plastic produced annually. It's a truly mind-boggling comparison, highlighting the sheer volume of this material that we're introducing into our environment. And the most alarming part? Half of it is single-use forks, cups, bags, used for moments, fleeting instances of convenience yet lasting for centuries. These items, designed for immediate disposal, persist in our environment for generations, breaking down into microplastics that contaminate our soil, water, and even the air we breathe. The dream of disposability fueled this growth, a seductive promise that captivated consumers and reshaped our relationship with material goods. It was a vision of a world without chores or mess, where convenience reigned supreme and the burdens of daily life were effortlessly lifted. Plastic became the symbol of progress, a tangible representation of modernity and innovation, and we embraced it wholeheartedly, often without considering the long-term consequences. Now, alarmingly, plastic production is set to double again by 2040. This projected increase threatens to exacerbate an already critical situation, pushing our planet further towards an ecological tipping point. We are, in effect, wrapping our planet in a synthetic skin, a layer of plastic that is choking our ecosystems and altering the very fabric of our world. This crisis has unfolded in a single lifetime, a rapid and dramatic transformation that has left us grappling with the consequences of our choices. Overflowing bins, littered streets, and choked waterways are now ubiquitous, grim reminders of our unsustainable consumption habits. The numbers don't lie. They paint a stark picture of a planet drowning in plastic. Plastic has overwhelmed our ability to manage it, straining our waste management systems and leaving us struggling to cope with the sheer volume of discarded material. The mountain of waste is a monument to our short-sightedness, a towering testament to our failure to consider the long-term consequences of our actions. We must confront the consequences of our choices, acknowledge the damage we've inflicted, and commit to finding sustainable solutions. The age of plastic is not just a statistic. It's a story of environmental degradation, a narrative of ecological imbalance, and a challenge to our collective responsibility. It's a global emergency, demanding immediate and decisive action to avert further catastrophe. The time to act is now, before it's too late to reverse the tide of plastic pollution and safeguard the health of our planet for future generations. When we throw away plastic, we often think that's the end of the story. We toss it in the bin and it's out of sight, out of mind. But the truth is, that's just the beginning of a much longer, more complex, and frankly, more troubling journey. What happens to all that plastic we so casually discard? Where does it all go? Its journey is just beginning. It embarks on a voyage that can span continents and centuries, impacting ecosystems and ultimately, ourselves. Less than 10% is recycled, despite our best intentions and the efforts of recycling programs worldwide. The vast majority of plastic ends up in a far less desirable place. A bit more is incinerated, a process that, while reducing the volume of waste, releases harmful pollutants into the atmosphere, contributing to air pollution and climate change. But most ends up in landfills, vast expanses of buried waste, leaching chemicals for centuries. These chemicals contaminate the soil and groundwater, posing a long-term threat to the environment and human health. Lightweight and durable, plastic escapes bins carried by the wind, finding its way into our natural landscapes. Rides rivers, becoming part of the current, flowing downstream towards the ocean, and pours into the sea, about 11 million tons each year. This staggering amount of plastic is transforming our oceans into a plastic soup, with devastating consequences for marine life. That's a garbage truck's worth every minute. Imagine the sheer volume of waste constantly entering our oceans, minute after minute, day after day, year after year. In the ocean, plastic breaks into microplastics, tiny fragments that are virtually invisible to the naked eye but are incredibly pervasive, creating a toxic smog in the water. These microplastics act like sponges, absorbing harmful chemicals and pollutants from the surrounding environment. These particles are eaten by plankton, the foundation of the marine food web, mistaking them for food, entering the food web at its foundation. From plankton, these microplastics move up the food chain, accumulating in larger and larger organisms. Plastic returns to us in fish, the seafood we consume, bringing with it a cocktail of toxins. Salt, harvested from the sea, now contains microplastics, a constant reminder of our pollution, and even our drinking water, sourced from rivers and aquifers, is contaminated with these microscopic particles. Microplastics are now found in our blood, lungs, and other vital organs, raising serious concerns about their potential long-term health effects. And even newborns, inheriting this plastic burden from their mothers, a disturbing legacy for future generations. We are consuming our own pollution, a grim reality that highlights the interconnectedness of our actions and their consequences. The plastic we discard never disappears. It comes back to us, completing a full circle of pollution. This is not just an environmental issue, but a human health crisis, demanding urgent attention and action. Our waste is haunting us in ways we never imagined, a constant reminder of the choices we make and the impact they have on our planet and our health. The cycle must be broken. We need to rethink our relationship with plastic, reduce our consumption, and find sustainable alternatives to protect our planet and ourselves. Some places bear the brunt of our plastic waste. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch isn't an island, but a vast, soupy expanse where plastic outnumbers plankton. Rivers like the Yangtze and Ganges funnel waste to the sea, choking ecosystems and communities. Even remote Henderson Island is buried in plastic, a symbol that nowhere is safe. These hotspots are warnings, visible symptoms of a global illness. They show what happens when consumption outpaces stewardship. The world's fever spots demand urgent change. Plastic began as a miracle, cheap, durable, and endlessly versatile. It replaced scarce materials, made modern comforts accessible, and revolutionized medicine and food storage. For a time, it seemed flawless, but the embrace of disposability changed everything. In 1955, throwaway living was celebrated and single-use plastics flooded the world. The very durability we prized became a curse. Today, plastic's legacy is pollution, not progress. Our love of convenience blinded us to the cost. The story of plastic is a cautionary tale of innovation without foresight. We must learn from our mistakes. The fight against plastic pollution is personal. A marine biologist mourns sea turtles filled with plastic, her grief a testament to silent suffering. In the Philippines, a fisherman now hauls in more plastic than fish, but leads his community in cleanups. Innovators are creating bioplastics from seaweed, dreaming of packaging that nourishes the earth. A city family embraces zero waste, finding satisfaction in living their values. These stories, of scientists, activists, and families, are the human face of the crisis. They show resilience, creativity, and hope. Change begins with individuals. The crisis is daunting, but solutions are emerging. Scientists are developing biodegradable plastics from plants and fungi, designed to vanish after use. Plastic-eating bacteria and fungi offer hope for cleaning up our mess. The circular economy is replacing take, make, dispose with reuse and repair, Companies are testing refillable packaging, shifting responsibility to producers. Governments are banning single-use plastics, and it's working. These innovations form a mosaic of hope. The path to a cleaner future is being paved. We must rethink how we produce and consume. The age of disposability is ending. Real change starts in our communities. A single reusable cup, a family beach cleanup, a school recycling drive. Small acts multiplied become a movement. Volunteers reclaim beaches, teaching stewardship by example. Schools nurture young leaders who invent solutions and challenge adults to do better. Zero-waste shops and farmers markets are thriving, offering alternatives to plastic. Local businesses reward sustainable choices. These everyday actions build a new, less plastic-dependent world. Hope grows with every small, collective step. We've seen the wonders and the wounds of the plastic age. The path forward is not one solution, but many. Science, policy, industry, and personal change. We must shift our mindset and see the true cost of convenience. The choice is ours. Continue on a path of waste or forge a sustainable future. Nature can recover, but only if we act now. The question is not if we can change, but if we will. Will we be architects of a plastic planet or guardians of the living world? The future depends on our answer.